Good morning, all. This is my lecture number 2 of chapter 16, Playing with Numbers, and this is your mathematics class of grade 8. Dear children, first of all, we will recapitulate what we have discussed in the previous lecture. We have learnt about generalized form, that is, how to write a 2-digit number and a 3-digit number in the generalized form. So, let us see with the help of an example. Here I have taken the example of 48. This is a 2-digit number, and in this example 8 is at 1's place and 4 is at 10's place, and we know how to write 48. It can be written as 40 plus 8. So the digit at 10's place will be multiplied by 10, that is, here in this case 4 is at 10's place, so it will be multiplied by 10, so it will be 10 into 4 plus, and the digit at 1's place will be multiplied by 1, so it will be 1 into 8. So 48 is the number I have taken here the example. 8 is at 1's place, so it will be multiplied by 1, plus 4 is at 10's place, so it will be multiplied by 10, and we write 48 as 40 plus 8, and 40 can be written as 10 into 4 plus 1 into 8. Simple as this. In general, if I talk about a 2-digit number AB, here in this example, B is at 1's place and A is at 10's place. So the digit at 10's place will be multiplied by 10, and the digit at 1's place will be multiplied by 1. So it will be 10 into A plus 1 into B, that is equal to 10A plus B. So AB in general format or in generalized form will be written as 10A plus B. If I take a 2-digit number as BA, then it will be written as 10 into B because B is at 10's place, plus 1 into A because A is at 1's place. So it will be 10B plus A. So BA will be written as 10B plus A. I hope this is clear to you how to write a 2-digit number in the generalized format. And we can see how a 3-digit number can be written in generalized format. So I have taken the number as 387, and now in this case 7 is at 1's place, 8 is at 10's place, and 3 is at 100's place, and we write 387, that is 387 is equal to 300 plus 80 plus 7. 300 will be written as 100 into 3 because 3 is at 100's place, plus 10 into 8 because 8 is at 10's place, so it will be multiplied by 10, plus 1 into 7 because 7 is at 1's place. So it will be 387 in generalized format will be written as 100 into 3 plus 10 into 8 plus 1 into 7. In usual form, how to represent a 2-digit number in usual form, we will see now. I have taken example 10 into 6 plus 1 into 6 is given to us, and we need to represent it in the usual form. And we know that the digit at 10's place will be multiplied by 10. The digit at 1's place will be multiplied by 1. So it will be 10 into 6. So it will be 60 plus 1 into 6. It will be 6 and it will be 66. So 10 into 6 plus 1 into 6 will be written as 66 because 6 is being multiplied at 10's place. So the digit at 10's place will be 6, and 6 is being multiplied by 1. So the digit at 1's place will be 6 here in this example. So I hope usual form and generalized format, these are very easy and you must have understood them properly. Now the important point to note regarding this generalized format, the number AB does not mean A into B. Dear children, if I am talking about 34, then it does not mean that I am talking about 3 into 4. Because if I will be taking 3 into 4, it will be 12. But I am talking about a 2-digit number 34. Similarly, a 3-digit number ABC does not mean A into B into C. Now also we have learnt about games with numbers. We have seen in the previous lecture. In the games with numbers, we have seen two cases. We have learnt about two different cases. First case was reversing the two-digit numbers and adding them. We have taken a two-digit number, taking their reverse, and we have added them. Then we have concluded few points. Let us revise those points. For example, consider a two-digit number 23. I am taking an example 23. Reverse of 23 is equal to 32. Adding both the numbers, 23 plus 32 is equal to 55. Thus, we get the sum as 55, which can be written as 11 into 5, that is divisible by 11, and it will also be divisible by 5, which is the sum of the digits, that is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So, the sum 55 will always be divisible by 11 and divisible by 5, which is the sum of the digits, that is 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, because we have taken the number as 23. So sum of the digits is 2 plus 3, that is equal to 5. So the points from this, we have concluded the points. First point is the sum of a two-digit number AB and number obtained by reversing the digits is always divisible by 11 and sum of the digits, that is A plus B. We have seen in the example, it is very much clear to you. Second point to note is, when it is divided by 11, quotient is A plus B. Obviously, dear children, when 55 will be divided by 11, what will be the quotient? 5, which is the sum of the digits, that is A plus B. And when I will be dividing the sum 55 by 5, then what will be the quotient? Obviously, the quotient will be 11. So, dear children, in the questions which will be asked from you in the book, NCERT book, or from the exemplar or any other test or whatsoever it is, then you are supposed to directly use these results, like the sum of a two-digit number and number obtained by reversing the digits is always divisible by dash, that is 11, and sum of the digits. Likewise, you are supposed to use the direct results. So case 2, we have learnt reversing the two-digit numbers and subtracting them. Consider a two-digit number 74, taking its reverse, that is 47. Here 74 is the number, 7 is at tens place, 4 is at ones place. On reversing, 4 will be at tens place and 7 will be at ones place. Subtracting the two, I will be getting 27. Thus, we have seen that the difference 27 is equal to 9 into 3, which is divisible by 9 and also divisible by 3, which is the difference of the digits. 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. In the case of addition, we have taken the sum of the digits. And now here in this, we have taken the difference of the digits, that is 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. So, what we have learnt, or the important points regarding this from this example, what we have learnt, the difference of a two-digit number AB, where A is greater than B, and number obtained by reversing the digits is always divisible by 9, and difference of the digits, that is A minus B. Another point to note is, when it is divided by 9, quotient is A minus B, and when it is divided by A minus B, quotient is 9. From the example, it is very much clear to you. Coming to the main topic of this lecture, lecture number 2 is reversing the digits of a three-digit number. We have seen what will be the result when we will reverse the digits of a two-digit number and when we add them. And we have seen the result also when we will be reversing the digits of a two-digit number and subtracting them. Now it is the time to see what will happen when I will be reversing the digits of a three-digit number and what will be the result. Reversing the three-digit numbers and subtracting them. Let us consider a three-digit number, that is 469. Reversing the digits of 469, we get a new number as 964. Dear children, here in the three-digit number 469, 4 is at hundreds place, 6 is at tens place, 9 is at ones place. I hope everyone knows how to reverse the number. I am explaining it. Now the number at ones place will be now written at hundreds place, like in the example 469, 9 is at ones place. Now we need to start writing the number from ones place. It will be 964. Simple as this. To reverse a number, start writing the number from the units place and you will be getting the reverse of a given number. So here in this case it will be 964. Subtracting smaller number from larger number, it will be 964 minus 469, which will be equal to 495. Thus, we get the difference as 495 is equal to 99 into 5, which is always divisible by 99 here in this case, and also divisible by 5, which is the difference of units digit and hundreds digit. In the number 469, the digit at ones place is 9 and the digit at hundreds place is 4. So the difference which we will be getting, the final difference which we will be getting will always be divisible by 99, and difference of units digit and hundreds digit, here in this case it will be divisible by 5. That because 9 minus 4 will give you 5. The points, important points to note regarding this is the difference of a 3-digit number A, B, C. It can be A greater than C or C greater than A, and number obtained by reversing the digits is always divisible by 99, and difference of the digits at hundreds place and units place. That is, it will be A minus C when A is greater than C, or C minus A when C is greater than A. Second point to note is, when it is divided by 99, quotient is A minus C or C minus A, and when it is divided by A minus C or C minus A, the quotient is 99. Simple as this. It is very much clear from the example also. So we have learned the difference of a 3-digit number A, B, C, and the number obtained by reversing the digits is always divisible by 99, and difference of the digits at hundreds place and units place, that is A minus C when A is greater than C, or C minus A when C is greater than A. Second point, we have observed that when it is divided by 99, the quotient is A minus C or C minus A, and when it is divided by A minus C or C minus A, quotient will be 99. Now, reversing the 3-digit numbers in cyclic order and adding them. In the previous example, we have reversed the number starting from the units place. Now, in this case, we need to reverse the 3-digit number in the cyclic order. What is this cyclic order? Let us understand this. Let us consider a 3-digit number 632. Here, cyclic order means we need to write the numbers, or we need to start writing the start reversing the 3-digit numbers in the clockwise direction. That is 632. The number is given to you as 632. Changing the order of digits cyclically means in clockwise direction you are supposed to write the digits, like we get 326, 263, and on adding the three numbers, first number we have taken 632 plus 326 in the cyclic order, that is in clockwise direction we have reversed the numbers, plus 263, and the sum will be 1221, which is a multiple of 111 into 11, which can be written further as 111 into 11, and this can be further written as 3 into 37 into 11. So what we have observed, sum is divisible by 111, that is 111, 11 which is the sum of the digits, that is 6 plus 3 plus 2, it will give you 11. The original number we have taken 632, and 37 and 3. So this is the result which you need to remember and use in the questions, like whenever we are supposed to reverse the 3-digit numbers in cyclic order. Here cyclic order is we are writing the numbers in the clockwise direction and adding them, then that particular result will be divisible by 111, 11, 37 and 3. 11 here refers to the sum of the digits, 37 and 3. This is very important point to remember and use in the questions. So, the sum of a 3-digit number ABC and numbers obtained by changing the order of the digits cyclically, that is BCA and CAB, is always divisible by 111, 37, 3 and A plus B plus C, which is the sum of the digits. This important point will be directly used in the question. These points will directly help you solve the problems, because we have seen how this result, how this note we are writing it, because we have seen with the help of the examples. Now, coming to next topic of today's lecture, that is letters for digits. What does this mean, letters for digits? Here in this topic, in this subtopic, you are supposed to solve the puzzles in which we use letters for digits in an arithmetic sum or multiplication, and we have to find out which letter represents which digit. So this is just like decoding, that is cracking a code. Here whatsoever, dear children, you are supposed to solve the puzzles in which letters will be given to you. It can be Q, P, A, B and C. And using certain rules, you are supposed to find the value of the unknown letters given to you in the question. And we are supposed to solve the digits, or we are supposed to solve the puzzles only with the problems of addition, subtraction and multiplication. We shall deal with the problems of addition, subtraction and multiplication. Only we will be solving the puzzles related to addition, subtraction and multiplication. So there are certain rules which are to be followed to solve these types of questions. To solve such types of puzzles, we follow the rules given below. Each letter in the puzzle must stand for just one digit. For example, any unknown alphabet is given to you, any unknown letter is given to you, like A is present in the question, then this A will represent only single digit. That is, wherever suppose you have calculated the value of A as 5. So wherever A is present in the question, A will take the value 5. So each letter in the puzzle must stand for just one digit. Each digit must be represented by just one letter. Simple as this. And all the letters can take the values from 0 to 9. But the first digit of a number cannot be 0. The digits can take the value from 0 to 9, but the first digit of a number cannot be 0. For example, we write the number 65 as 65 and not as 065 or 0065. These are the 2 points which are supposed to be followed while solving these puzzles. Let us take an example. This is the example given to you. This is the puzzle given to you. 42Q plus 2Q7, and the result you will be getting as 693. Here in this you are supposed to find the value of Q. Here Q is unknown to us. First of all, we need to observe the unit column of the addition. Q plus 7. What should be written in place of Q? So that if I will be writing 7 to that particular number, I should get 3 here. So from Q plus 7, we get a number whose unit digit is 3. This is what I told you. I need to write a digit in the place of Q, so that if I add it to 7, the result should be 3. For this to happen, the digit should be 6, because 6 plus 7 will give you 13, and 3 you will be writing here, 1 will be carry forward to 2. Now check the sum by replacing Q with 6. Let us see whether our assumption or whether our calculation is correct or not. If I will be writing 6 in place of Q, it will be 426 plus 267, and the result will be 693. Hence the required digit Q is 6. Hence the required digit Q is 6. So like this you are supposed to solve the questions given in your exercise 16.2. Coming to the homework questions from NCERT, you are supposed to solve question number 1 to 10 of exercise 16.1 in homework notebook. This exercise is totally based on the concept of letters for digits. That is, we are supposed to solve the puzzle problems, and you are supposed to deal only with the problems of addition, subtraction and multiplication. So dear children, what we have learnt in this lecture, I am summarizing this now. We have learned that if I will be reversing the digits of a 3-digit number, starting from the digit at units place, then the difference of a 3-digit number ABC, where A is greater than C, and number obtained by reversing the digits is always divisible by 99, and difference of the digits at hundreds place and units place. And if I will be taking the sum of a 3-digit number ABC and numbers obtained by changing the order of the digits cyclically means in clockwise direction, if I am writing or if I am reversing the digits of a 3-digit number, then the sum will always be divisible by 111, 37, 3 and A plus B plus C, where A, B, C are the digits of a 3-digit number. Then we have learnt about the letters for digits. We have learnt certain rules regarding this. And I hope this is very much clear to you. These are easy questions you must have done in your previous classes also. So on the basis of that, you are supposed to solve exercise 16.1, question number 1 to 10 in your homework notebook. Now coming to the homework solution questions. Question number 1 is, write the following numbers in generalized form. It has 4 parts. Let us see the 4 parts. First part is 78. You are supposed to write the numbers in the generalized form. So 78 will be written as 70 plus 8, as the digit at tens place is 7 and the digit at ones place is 8. So it will be 10 into 7 plus 1 into 8. So 78 in generalized form will be equal to 10 into 7 plus 1 into 8. Coming to second part, it is 980. It is a 3-digit number and 9 is at hundreds place, 8 is at tens place, 0 is at ones place. So it will be 980 is equal to 900 plus 80 plus 0. It will be 100 into 9 plus 10 into 8 plus 1 into 0. So it will be 980 is equal to 100 into 9 plus 10 into 8 plus 1 into 0. Coming to third part, that is 49. 49 will be written as 40 plus 9, which is equal to 10 into 4 plus 1 into 9. Simple as this. 4 is at tens place, 9 is at ones place. So it will be multiplied, 4 will be multiplied by 10 plus 9 will be multiplied by 1. Coming to fourth part, it will be 654, which is equal to 600 plus 50 plus 4. So it will be 100 into 6 plus 10 into 5 plus 1 into 4. Second question is, write the following numbers in usual form. We need to write the given numbers in the usual form. First part is 10 into 7 plus 1 into 6. Now 7 is at tens place and 6 is at ones place. So it will be 70 plus 6 is equal to 76. Second part is 100 into 5 plus 10 into 6 plus 5. Here 5 means 1 into 5. Though in some of the questions it may be given to you, in some of the questions it may not be written like this. So it is quite understood that the digit at ones place is being multiplied by 5. So it can be written 5 only. So it will be 100 into 5 plus 10 into 6 plus 5 is equal to 500 plus 60 plus 5, which is equal to 565. Simple as this. Coming to third part, it is 1000A plus 10B plus C. Here, children, be careful. In this case, there is no digit at hundreds place. It is given, not given to us. So it will be 1000A plus 10B plus C. That will be equal to A0BC, because the digit at hundreds place, it is not given to us. So you can write 0. So it will be A0BC. So you need to be careful whether the digits at hundreds place, thousand place, tens place or ones place are given to you or not. If not given to you, then you can write 0, like I have written here in this case. Coming to question number 3, the difference of a two-digit number and the number obtained by reversing its digit is always divisible by 9. We have seen with the help of the examples in the previous lecture, and in this lecture also we have revised. So as I told you that you are supposed to directly use the results. So it will be divisible by 9. Coming to fourth question, 3x5 is divisible by 9 if the digit x is dash. Dear children, this question can be a test of divisibility by 9, or it can be done by hit and trial method also. If it is given like this, though you must have studied the test of divisibility in your previous class, but here you have not studied till now. So in this question, you are supposed to put the random values of x so that the complete number is divisible by 9. So if the digit x will be equal to 1, then 315, which it will be divisible by 9. So the digit x is 1. Question number 5 is, the sum of a two-digit number and the number obtained by reversing the digits is always divisible by 11. We have learnt this in this lecture. We have revised it in this lecture. We have learnt in the previous lecture. So directly use the result or the points which are to be given, which I told you in the note part, area, wherever I have written a note in the slides. Those parts or those results are to be used directly, and we have understood also with the help of the examples. So if you do not remember the results, just go through the examples first, and then you will be able to understand how we are writing or how we are concluding those points. It will be very much clear to you after that. So dear children, thank you so much. Complete your work. Thanks a lot.